Hi, this is Bethany with Morgan James Publishing, and today I'm speaking with David Hancock and Bobby Kipper. And David and Bobby are the co-authors of The Performance Driven Journal, the playbook to script a winning attitude in life, leadership, and business. This performance driven journal uses the proven strategies from David and Bobby's Wall Street Journal and USA Today best-selling book, Performance Driven Thinking. They take things one step further in this journal by providing a written field manual for readers to build a performance driven life. Hi, Bobby. Hi, David. How are you today?
Hey, Bethany. Fine. How are you?
Oh, great. Thank you so much for being here with me to talk about your new journal. I'm so excited to ask you both some questions about it and your message. The first question I'd like to ask you guys is, following your success with performance driven thinking, how will the performance driven journal enhance the reader's journey to performance?
That's a really great question. And this is David. I can jump in real quick, Bethany, to share that. Really excited about the book. And obviously, this is one of those really fun, obviously the best book in the world because we wrote it. But, when performance-driven thinking came out, it was really a 5-year journey to reach its footprint, its real footprint. And it wasn't until a little over 5 years that we ended up hitting the Wall Street Journal bestseller list. But in that time, we learned feedback from the audience. And Bobby was creating courses for organizations across the country. And we were collecting lots of data and really enjoying the content ourselves and teaching, and realized that there are some really great opportunities to help them consume the work. Lots of questions on how do I really implement this for me? So a journal just kind of arose out of thin air on, well, let's figure out how can we get them to ask the right questions of themselves, and let's lead them down their path and make sure they're consuming the really uber important parts of being a performance-driven thinker and what that means specifically related to their journey themselves. So chapter after chapter relates to the original book, but deep dives into some serious soul-searching ways of how we as performers or we as entrepreneurs can really leverage the content of that whole mindset. Because as Bobby teaches us in the book with us, it's all about the performance, and we're going to perform one way or the other. We're either going to perform well or we're going to perform poorly. There's no in between. So we want to help them perform well and guide them down the steps that made us successful because we want them to be successful.
Amazing. Bobby, do you have anything to add to that?
Not only that I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have a co-author like David Hancock. That's the first thing I got to say. He's driven me in ways that I didn't think that I would go, especially at this stage of my life. But I think David's right on target. What we needed was something to really go and to sort of be a work playbook for the original performance-driven thinking. And we have done training. We've done training for both government and corporate organizations. And so coming up with, worksheets and things for people to do, it just makes more sense to have an entire book that relates to the working practice of what the original book stood for. So we're really excited. I think it's going to make training, it's going to make the reader a lot more apt to go to do some energy related things and to make performance a lifestyle. So I think it's exciting.
Wow, what a dynamic duo you guys are. And I just love how much real life examples that you have worked into your experience to really be guiding people through this journey. It's incredible. So I know that the performance driven journal appears to be a working playbook to reach individual goals for the reader. What type of person would best benefit from this book?
Well, I'll start with that, Bethany. I think that first of all, there are a lot of people that are still trying to find their place in life. They may be stuck in a job they're not happy with, or they may be stuck in a situation that they feel like that they're underperforming. In performance is not an option, as David said in the earlier question. But what has to happen is for you to set your own personal standard of your performance, and so that's a choice. And so I think that this really will appeal to people who feel like that they're just stuck in the status quo. They haven't gone the second or third mile in their life, and they just need that extra sort of like, okay, get out there and make it happen. It's almost like a cheerleading type book to say, regardless of where you're at in life, you can always strive to do better. It's all about setting those personal and professional goals. And it's for the person who just feels like, I just can't be satisfied with where I am. I've got to reach for the stars. And I think that this book, as well as the earlier books and the ones that are come, will basically eagerly participate in putting people in that platform and that frame of mind. So I think that's the type of person, move away from the status quo to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, whether you're sitting at a day job, a W-2 employee for a company, and you just can't seem to get that next promotion, this is going to be a great way for you to really catch the attention of the leaders by being a performer, taking that second extra mile when you're delivering your performance and your work. Or you're an entrepreneur like me. When I was a banker back in the day, I ended up creating a whole new category for my life. I launched an entrepreneurial side business that took off. It took faith, it took courage. And I wish I had a playbook like this to help me realize where I needed to be mentally. I think we could have been successful quicker. But Bobby, man, I appreciate you. You really brought this idea to us years ago, and you helped me understand what I did was a level of thinking like a performer, taking a big risk, and it's definitely paid off. So we definitely want people that are looking for that extra step, that extra promotion, or they're getting ready to start their new venture, something along those lines that they really need to stand out in a positive way above and beyond their peers and their competitors. Now, of course, you and I both know, that our thinking with performance-driven thinking is that we really have no competition. We have opportunities for collaboration, of course, but we want to make sure we stand out so we can create those collaborative deals, so we can rise above the rest and serve others, which is most important.
Wow, I love that so much. So are there opportunities moving forward for people to engage with performance-driven thinking programs, community, or products?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier on, Bobby's done a really good job of creating, actual corporate programs for both government and for-profit companies. And I've really been proud to see him bring those together and see the successes. We've got awards, we've got certificate programs for organizations that become performance-driven thinking organization. Bobby can share more about that in a second. I love it. But really, next step is really what our audience is asking for us now. The journal is a big part of how to get engaged, because I want to emphasize on that last question, Bethany. It's that willingness to perform. It's that emphasis on work. It is going to take work, but you're going to have a guide with you. You're going to have to step up and do the work, but you will be rewarded from your efforts, of course. But yes, we do. So the journal is a big part of it. We also have courses that we're working on. We've got a deep dive to really help you go deep into what it looks like to be a performance-driven thinker. We also have a mastermind group that's being put together to surround ourselves with like-minded, superior entrepreneurs that are growing, that really want to help lead others down the same path. And we got a lot more to come. We've got performance-driven giving, another book coming out, and of course, a mastermind around that product coming soon. And we've got performance-driven leadership coming out here in the future. So I'm looking at this from a guerrilla marketing perspective. We have a world that's hungry for this performance-driven concept, and we want to give it to them in the best way that we can. And of course, that will be a lot of our own heart and souls, but we're really planting a big seed that will succeed, both Bobby and I.
Thanks, David. I really agree with David 100%. I mean, when we started this brand and started moving toward performance, we really realize now, as we talk, we just had lunch yesterday, and we just realized that it's in its infancy stages. There is plenty of room coming that you're going to be hearing a lot more about performance and how to drive performance, and not only your personal, but your professional life. And a lot of it will do. I mean, we're even going to get into possibly some coaching in the future. So we really look at the sky's the limit. You can't stop talking about performance, because your performance, again, is not an option. So this is birthing a real brand. We're excited about it, and there's a lot more to come. We're just beginning.
That's right.
Wow.
Looking forward to it.
Wow, I think so many people are going to benefit from your message, from your content. David, I notice you are holding a copy of the Performance Driven Thinking book, which is, again, the foundation of what this journal has been built on for people to just take it to the next level. And also, David, I noticed your shirt, Performance Driven Thinking shirt. That leads me to one final question to ask you guys today, which is, if people want to learn more about you or about the book or get some of these products, what's the best way for them to find you or to connect with you online?
Oh my gosh, we are everywhere. So we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Certainly you can go to performancedriventhinking.com. There We'll have not only access to some free promotions we've got coming around the book, but words, more about other books and products that are coming, our courses, our mastermind, as well as our Zazzle store with some really cool performance-driven thinking gear, because it's going everywhere.
Awesome. Incredible. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm so excited to follow along this journey and see this journal in the hands of readers everywhere. So thanks for your time today.
Including our hands. We haven't seen it yet, so we're pushing the edge of the envelope now. We hope to get our sample copies here any day now. Looking forward to it.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Bethany.
Bye-bye, Bethany. Thanks.
Bye.